What's going on, YouTube? Today on the RB Reports, we actually are doing a special episode with an interview with Katakana Kantana. You'll get to meet her a little bit later. We're going to talk to her about her new projects, what she does, and we're going to get to know what ticks inside that devious little mind of hers. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I'm RB, and with the RB Reports today, we've got an interview coming to you this time around. Joined with us today is... Sorry about the pause. We have Kata with us, who works on... Well, actually, let's just ask her what she does.
Hello, buddy friends out there in the world. I am Katakana Katana, and I do a lot of voice acting for the most part. Little singing here and there, but yeah, voice acting mainly.
We also have Tyler with us to help with the Q&As on this one, and you all should know him by now.
Hopefully.
So, basically, as our usual questionnaire sessions go, we're going to play Russian roulette with the questions here. First one to get you blinked wins. Tyler, you can go first.
Okay, so I guess what the way we should start this off in terms of questions would be like, what is the project about? You know, to sort of give some information as to what it is that you're doing.
Let me stop you there for 1 second. We should probably ask what the project is first.
Okay. We'll cut that. We'll put that elsewhere.
Screw that. This is going in as a raw cut. Makes it entertaining.
Okay, and I recorded my this earlier, so that's going in there too.
And just did it again.
That's what we did.
Don't worry, we're not in the habit of throwing up gang signs. Tyler's just Tyler.
I'm my own gang.
You're your own gang.
Yeah, what you said.
Okay. So I guess the first question is, what is the project that you're doing?
The project I'm working on right now is a comic dub series called Orange Marmalade. And let's see, do you want me to like describe what the comic is about, or yeah.
It's all right. I think that just about describes it. So...
We promised her before the show that we weren't going to try to throw her under the bus, but we were going to throw an awkward counter in there. So we're going to go ahead and get that running in the corner now. I guess for the sake of conversational at the moment, whatever you want to say about the project, like for 2 minutes, be vain and pimp your project.
All right, let's see. I'm working on a comic dub series called Orange Marmalade. It's a Korean webcomic about vampires and humans coexisting in a society, and humans are more or less racist towards the vampires, and vampires are trying to blend in with humans. So the story plot thing is about a vampire female who is trying to blend in with the males, or oh my gosh, society, and she eventually falls in love with a human male, and he also has a deep hatred for vampires, and he finds out, and yeah, that's like the best I could describe it. The project I'm doing on that is I'm wanting to read all of the comic, which is like 134 chapters or so, and yeah.
That's a big project.
I have the patience for it, so yeah, I know. I know what you're thinking, so
So does everyone else probably at this point.
probably.
Because I just realized that your name, even though I was trying not to show it, is showing up underneath your picture.
We'll get a black bar going on there.
I think we'll figure it out. I think they'll figure it out with
Yeah.
Right.
that. Okay. But yeah, planning to read all 130 some odd chapters, 40, 50, I don't know how many. I just know that there's a little over 100. And yeah, voicing each character, yeah.
How many characters would you say there are?
Main character wise or like everybody in total?
Which one isn't going to make my head explode?
Probably main characters.
Then we'll go with that one.
All right, let me think about this. The two, more or less around 10 main characters.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. All right. I mean, when you think other anime, manga type series and the dubs they do for it, you've got like Dragon Ball Z and Bleach and stuff like that, and they've got like frickin' 50 some odd main characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Orange Marmalade is pretty short, so
Now, I haven't really had much of a chance to stop and read the Orange Marmalade web comics myself. In fact, I've actually been avoiding it for the most part. For surprise factor more than anything else, you know.
Yeah.
I generally like to have a genuine reaction to things rather than oh, yep, this is coming. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
But what would you say is the main draw for people who watch your channel and whatnot to watch these dub videos that you're doing of this comic? What do you think is going to stand out the most to them?
um, let's see. Well, in the beginning, I think people were drawn to me because I have a few friends on YouTube who are pretty big voice actors and actresses, and they're letting me collab with them. And so that's getting me out a little bit. And so they're coming to me because I'm a starting out voice actress and stuff. So I think this project would get me out a little even more because it's a project of my own and not a collab with like others on their YouTube channel, but more or less on mine is like the best I could describe it. Yeah.
Ding! Should I do the sound effects every time?
Well, I guess you can. That would save me having to dub them in afterwards.
I think that'll work perfect.
But what I meant is, like, what about the comic per se is going to interest the viewers?
Okay. Let's see.
Like, what about the story or characters is gripping enough to keep people coming back for each one of the episodes?
The comic itself was pretty popular when it was going on, and it still pretty much is. So I think that alone would get me viewers on that, mainly. But I enjoyed the story myself, which is why I wanted to read it aloud with a bunch of voice actors and stuff. Yep. Is that...
Ding!
Tyler, you're up for a question.
Okay. One question I had was, what sort of got you into like coming up with this sort of project? Because I hadn't heard of anything quite like this before. You know, dubbing over a web comic. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Let's see. What inspired me actually was a friend of mine. She does quite a bit of the comic dubs and some fan dubs of her own and stuff like that. And I got inspired by it, so I was thinking, why not read a comic of my own on my channel? And I was going through some comics that I had on my list, which was Orange Marmalade, and Dice, the Cube That Changes Everything. Also another Korean webcomic I want to do.
I'm noticing a trend here.
Yes, my love for Koreans and webcomics.
Ding!
Yeah.
But yeah, I've noticed that there like wasn't very many like a series of comic dubs like of a specific thing. So I thought just try it out, see how it goes. So yeah.
Ding!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I looked at a couple of your videos on your channel. I saw a couple other dubs, and I thought it was a really, really cool idea. I don't know if it's like really big on YouTube. I hadn't really seen it before, but I listened to a few of them. It was pretty entertaining.
Well, we're gonna throw an awkward counter up there for Tyler now, because dude, have you never heard of the Dragon Ball Abridged or Yu-Gi-Oh Abridged or series like that?
No, but I remember in Cards Against Humanity, I had that card. Remember that? That's the first time I done saw it.
All right. Now, actually, a question I just got from the team via my cell phone while we were here talking. It actually just brought up a very good point. There is one ever-present question that you haven't really answered on how you plan to address it. How do you plan to differentiate the fact that you are not talking about a food?
I think that they explained it in the webcomic. I don't remember.
So we're going to go back in the editing and we're going to screen cap that face she just made when I asked that question for the cover photo. Because it was deer in the headlights.
That sounds good. Then me down in the corner doing this number.
All right. So you said it's got about 10 main characters.
Around that, yeah.
But you hinted that there were multiple other characters.
Yeah.
So chances are you've got a decent-sized team working on this.
Yes.
What would you say is probably the most difficult challenge you've had working with all these different people?
Let's see. I'm trying to get in contact with the leading guy who's only spoken to me once since the whole audition thing came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's kind of hard to contact him right now. And I don't know how that's going to go.
Call me crazy, but if you are a leading role in something, shouldn't your ass be like one of the first people to get in touch with the director or producer of a series? You know, not like the last?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't there a statute on limitations for when you have to draw the line and say, okay, dude, if you ain't going to do this, I need to find someone else?
Yeah. And I pretty much have, like, all the lines done except for his, so I don't know if I should, like, do a recasting call on that or not. So.
What are you pointing at?
Anyone watching this video afterwards will see who I'm pointing at over here.
I don't know who you're pointing at.
You dickbag.
I assumed as much.
No, I'm going to be pointing in this direction at Kata herself to do a male role. I don't know. Can you give us your best male voice?
Like, the best I can do was that 13-year-old kid on Voices from the Sea.
I noticed that one, yeah.
Yeah. I tried doing a different male voice for, what is it, Carpe Diem, and I failed at that miserably.
Now I'm going to have to go look that up and see for myself.
Good idea.
Well, I think I failed miserably. I don't know. But yeah.
We'll be the judge of that.
Please
And
do.
trust me, we will throw you completely under the bus.
Please do.
Yep. I'm going to have to edit that out. I just had something pop up that frickin' I did not want flashing in front of that video. You said it was Carpe Diem?
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's only one episode of that, right?
Yeah, it's a one-shot thing.
Okay. Click.
You find it?
Oh, I found it.
It's like one of the first things that pops up because it was recently uploaded a while back.
It'll give me time to think of a question.
I've experienced many problems lately, and we weren't able to hang out in a while. I managed to get things working so I can spend time with her.
Dang!
But it's only temporary.
I told you, I failed miserably on that.
I believe my description of that character and that voice is a post-op tranny. I was trying to be a bit nicer about it, but that's the best I could come up with.
I told you, I'm not good with male voices. Best I can do is just 13-year-old kids.
Yeah,
Well,
so
we should got that.
further proves the fact that I was not pointing at her earlier, Tyler.
Well, maybe you were saying give it another shot.
Okay, for those watching at home, know that my box is on the bottom of the screen about this fucking big, and then we've got Kata up here, and then we've got Tyler up here. So if I'm doing this number... All right. Oh my god, my team's right. I can't take anything seriously.
I'm finding that out as the days go by.
Well, it kind of sucks because I try to present, these episodes of like the interviews and the RB reports and stuff like that as a bit more of a serious, down-to-earth and grounded thing.
Yeah.
But I seem to have a serious problem with that.
A little bit of
I'm
humor
not
is
a
bad.
deep, intense character, so it's
Yeah.
really hard for me to just... So we went to go see the movie and decided to do a review on it. Keeping a straight face with half these jokers is next to impossible. So, did you think of a question yet? I'm stalling for time here for you, Tyler.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that's what you were doing. Thank you. Okay.
Throw another one for Tyler.
Ding!
Um,
Yeah. I guess
how long do you need?
about 20 minutes.
That's too long.
30 and a half. I guess one question that comes to mind for me, it would be, how far along are you with this project so far?
So far, I'm working on the first chapter.
Mhm.
So,
You just started.
yeah, I pretty much just started. Right now, I'm working on editing the video together because I have all of the voices done and edited with. So, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, well, of course, I'm cheating. I'm not remembering. I'm actually looking at it on my other screen right now. You have a episode 0 teaser for the series up there, which I think we actually had at the end of one of our videos in the past. And for those watching, we're going to go ahead and attach it at the end of this video, too, as well as a link to said video. So
Okay.
that you can go and take a look at it, see if it's something up your alley. But when the first thing out of a girl's mouth is, I think I want to drink your blood, guys, run.
Was that good?
2 thumbs up for that.
Yeah, gotta give that one the 2 thumbs up. And the look on your face when you did it, dude. Like, I will freeze screen that shit later and show you.
That should be the thumbnail.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you with headlights, me in the corner going,
That's basically exactly what it looked like, but it was more. I can already see
Your
that.
surprised look on my video of Carpe Diem.
Yeah, probably. Just like smash those 3 together in one thing. Title the video: Interview Gone Wrong. Oh boy.
good ideas.
Nintendo suing employee for accidentally releasing photo of NX system controller.
Dun dun dun.
Mother of God.
Obviously, it was not that bad of a leak, as you know, it's not circling Facebook and Google and everything already. I mean, with our news series and reviews, we try to keep up to date on current events in the gaming world and everything else like that. And yeah, I'm not impressed. So, do you have any more questions, Tyler?
I guess just branching off with the last one I asked was, you said that you got all the voices done, so should we be seeing that first chapter coming out sometime soon?
I believe so, yeah. Just
Nice.
need that one character and we're good to go.
I'm your man.
Yep.
So, I know one thing about some of these people that do dub work and everything else is people want to get to know the people behind the project. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Myself. I
Dang!
the multiple things right here because I don't know. What do you guys want to know? Yeah.
We'll be right back in a second folks, after a word from our sponsors.
Yeah.
And we're back. Not really that we went anywhere. All right. So do you remember the question, or do I need to re-ask it?
Please re-ask it. Awkward.
Dang! That one was for you.
Shit, I'm not going to be able to word it the same way. Okay. Tell us a little bit about you. What got you into this project? Why you're interested in it? What do you put on the table that's different from other people who do dub and voice acting work? And
Okay. Let's see. I've always liked cartoons and games and the voice acting stuff since I was a kid, and I've been really wanting to go into that voice acting career since around my 7th grade year in middle school, I think. So yeah, I started just recently on the voice acting. Let's see.
okay, gotta ask you, just so we have a comparison of the 7th grade year type thing.
Okay.
I'm not losing my voice.
Dang!
I've been losing it for like 3 days, man. It's like in half my videos, you'll just all of a sudden hear me just done. But how long ago was your 7th grade year?
Let's see.
I mean, the specific question is how old are you? But
All right.
they
the
say it's
specific-
impolite
all
to
right,
ask women how old they are.
I don't care.
There you go.
I'm 19 years old, so I don't know how long ago 7th grade was.
Ah, shit. Let's see here.
Let's see. 11, 10, 9,
Tyler,
8,
when did you graduate high school?
About 6 years, maybe?
I graduated when I was 19.
Okay, so that's about the same age she is. She graduated in the 12th grade. Yeah, about 5 or 6 years, give or take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
around that.
It doesn't work for me because I was held back twice because I slept through 90% of my classes, so I can't really use me as an example on that one.
That's okay. 7th grade I had to do twice.
How the hell?
Hmm?
How the hell did you have to do 7th grade twice?
I didn't do it so good.
How do you do 7th grade?
But I guess I just didn't do a lot of the work.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. All right. So, embarrassing question number 1.
Okay.
What is the most awkward situation you've had working on this project so far? Hey, Tyler. I saw that.
I didn't do anything.
Let's see. The awkward part for me, I guess, was I thought I had like everything planned out for like the scheduling and stuff like that, and then I come to talk to some of the actors and in the recordings, and they're asking me questions that I wasn't really prepared for, and then I'm here.
What about you, Tyler? Do you have an embarrassing question number 2?
I actually don't. I was just going to say that, hey, this may be an embarrassing part of the project right now, but it's memorable.
Yep.
So there's that. And that's also passing the
Makes me
buck
more
to
prepared
you.
for the next projects to come.
Oh, so you have other projects in mind.
Yes.
Care to give us a little sneak peek of what they might be?
It's a visual novel created by Rin Maru. The game is called Ascension, and she has 3 chapters of those. Yeah, you'll have to look it up because I can't really describe that one very
And
well.
What did you say it was? A web novel?
Visual novel.
Visual novel, okay. Okay. Hey, first thing, it's a fan fiction. The first thing that pops up is Ascension visual novel fan fiction.
All right.
We're not clicking that.
You could try Maru Games and then Ascension Chapter 1.
Screw that. I'm going to the wiki.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very little information.
It's not a very well-known gaming site or game or developer, so
So
there's not.
It's an actual game.
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I can find that. Maybe that will give us a little bit of an idea of what the Ascension game. It's a deck building game. Chronicle of the Godslayer?
Nope. See if I can pull something up on my computer.
Yeah, everything I'm seeing is Ascension deck building game, Ascension Chronicle of the Godslayer.
Sounds hardcore.
Let's see.
For the record, we try not to use words like that in an interview with a female.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it real quick.
What's the name of it? Oh, there it is. Wait, maybe. Renmaru Games Ascension Chapter 1.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think she has a description on that game either.
Somehow I don't think I'm looking at the right thing because it says Ascension Couple Creator.
Alright, that's a dress-up game that she made based off of her Ascension game.
Okay, so I think I think Google has finally failed us for the first time ever. And we're going to ask, what is the premise of this thing?
One second, I'm still pulling my thing up real quick.
When the person who's doing the project doesn't even know or remember, that is not a good sign, folks.
I'm not very good at describing things that well. Alright, synopsis of the game is: finding themselves in the middle of a conspiracy, Ada and her best friend Sky fight to survive and protect the ones they love, meeting new people and perhaps even love while they travel all across Arunia.
Interesting.
Is there like
Yeah.
a stereotype with women about games and love?
I guess. But the game has like a dating simulation part in it, but you can choose the option of not having any romantic relationships in the game.
Those games
Ah.
kind of scare me. And the fact that the opening place is called the Nifty Fox Inn, from what I'm finding, a place to find every kind of scoundrel and lowlife, and you just talked about relationships in the game. On that note, moving on. Shit, going into this, I actually had a list of questions that I can't remember for the life of me, so I probably should have looked at those before.
It's probably from the lack of sleep combined with the 14 pounds of caffeine you just took in.
Well, the fact that I can officially announce that we're breaking into VR development as of April, that's big news for our channel. That's why I have the lack of sleep, is because I was in a freaking VR conference all night. Trying to get the bunch of people on the board for the team, and we're also going to need voice actors for that project if a certain web dub series might be interested in signing on for that. I don't know who I'm talking about.
I'm up for anything, girly. I'm pretty much available all the time.
Nice. Dang! Okay, there you go.
I've been around Devin too long.
You absolutely have, Ben. Devin!
The first thing that went through my mind is at least none of her personal info for people to find her are on here.
Well,
Yeah.
except for in the her name's kind of posted there.
Shut
Skype
up.
name.
I'm going to put a black bar over, like, part of this so that all it says is katakana.
There you go. I had a question. You said that earlier you decided to choose orange marmalade because you had a little list of ones you wanted to choose from, and that was one that you decided on. Is there like a lot more in that list that you'd want to do sometime down the road? Do you have like a little list ready?
I also want to do Dice, the cube that changes everything. I'm also looking at a few other comics that I'm interested in. Let's see. I was wanting to do Yu-Gi-Oh, but someone else has been doing auditions for that, so I'll hand them the project for that one.
But who's to say that you can't do it? Because if you get different people doing similar projects, each project's going to be unique because of the talent and everything that each person brings to the table.
True.
Or is there some kind of unknown code of conduct of if someone else is doing this, no, stay the fuck away?
No, I'm being more of like that considerate type, like the creator of One Piece having the Luffy's original name was supposed to be Naruto, but Naruto was coming out at the same time.
That would have gone over well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing something similar like that.
Hey, did you
Just
see the
letting
latest
them-
thing with Naruto? Which one? The one that throws the spinny ball of death. No, the guy that stretches all over the place.
But yeah,
Um,
I'll let them have that project.
so what else then? You mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh.
Let's see, I have a list somewhere.
Do we need to take another commercial break for you to try to find that?
No, it's fine. I just have a very bad memory, that's all.
What?
I have a very bad memory.
Who are you people?
So, beep beep. You're telling me that the producer and developer of a web series has a very shitty memory.
Yeah.
So how do you remember where you are on the project at a given time?
I am very organized on my computer.
Post-it notes.
I was just thinking that.
Post-it notes and
everywhere.
files. Just everything
Fair
to help me
enough.
remember.
Fair enough.
Reminders. Alarms.
Yeah, I wish mine had gone off a little bit earlier this morning, but
Yeah.
all right. So let's see if we can pick that addled brain of yours. You said Yu-Gi-Oh. You said the cube that something.
Dice.
Okay.
Just
dice. The
Dice
cube
for
that,
short.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
Possibly Pandora Hearts.
Never heard of it.
It is, best I can describe it is like it's loosely based off of Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
It's
That one might be
really
interesting to see.
Yeah.
Oh Seven Ghosts. I love that one.
Maybe it's because I'm a dude and not a chick, but half these things you're saying I've never even heard of.
I don't know how to describe Oh Seven Ghosts. It's a gothic fantasy series.
So like Devil May Cry then.
Somewhat, yes.
Okay.
I haven't seen Devil May Cry, so. See, there was another one. I'm trying to remember the name.
Ding.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing any of the more popular ones, like some of the mainstream ones? Like you mentioned Naruto, One Piece, different things like that. I know they're animes, but they also have manga adaptations as
Yeah.
well. Have you thought about doing any of those?
I think that would be too much for me to work on. There's just so many chapters in like Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, like
Oh.
over 700 around each.
Grand
Series.
total. I know Naruto. There's a grand total of 700.
Yeah.
Aye.
But who's to say that if you wanted to do something like that, that you couldn't do it, say, on an arc by arc basis? do one of the particular story arcs, go do a different project, come back, do another story arc later on down the line. How do you decide what projects are too big or too grandiose or complicated?
That might have actually worked, but I wasn't thinking of that at the time.
Well, at least now you're thinking of it now.
Yes, now I'm thinking of it. Thank you for the idea.
You're welcome. Glad to see we're good for something. So I'm exhausting my list of questions at the moment because half the ones I put out a poll to the team and some other people who follow our channel, and I asked for what kind of questions they would want to see asked to you on today's show, and I cannot use 80% of them.
Or 80% of them Devin.
No, that's the scary part.
Well, I don't know the team very well then.
I mean, I know exactly which one was Devin's. I know that for a fact. Because he's the only one that would go that low below the belt. But, a lot of the questions seem to be a lot more personal than we like to try to have on the show. So we're running out of questions here. Tyler, do you have anything else?
I don't really have anything in mind right now.
I got one that just came to mind.
Okay.
What kind of dog do you have, Tyler? That thing's loud.
An annoying one.
That's a breed?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
There it is.
Because I know I've got a Brindle pit bull that's running around somewhere in the other room, and she's not that loud. Like, is it one of those barking Beanie Baby type things, or... That face.
Ding.
Yep, she got it.
They're barking a lot, so I was just muting the mic for a second.
So,
Clockwork are going off the charts.
yeah, this thing is just like constantly spinning up in the corner right now. Tyler, damn you! It was supposed to be her, not you, man. What the fuck?
I had to win.
Yes, apparently.
We can just cut most of that out. Somebody must have come home.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, basically, because I can't use that particular list of questions, I've got nothing else at the moment. And Tyler obviously can't answer if he's got anything else at the moment because he just had to mute his microphone again because of the dogs. The worst part is on my screen what he just did lined up with the walls of his video box.
Good job.
Okay, there he is. Quick, before the dogs start barking again. Do you have anything else you want to add to this?
No.
All right. So then I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this interview. Katza, thank you so much for joining us today. And we look forward to seeing what you got coming out with this project. And hopefully you'll let us know when Chapter 1 releases.
Yep.
Definitely.
And, yeah, fuck it. I got nothing. Peace.
See ya.
See ya.
You know what? I can't stop thinking about you. I want to keep drinking your blood. What?